What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Paintin Corners. I'm here with Dylan Lawyer of the Nationals and Charlie Jones of the Astros. What's up, guys?
Hey, James. What's up?
What's going on?
What's up, guys? So today's pretty much just going to be a recap of March and what's going on the first month of the season. We've had a little bit of action, about 11 games, I believe, so far in total so far this season. Dylan Lawyer, you've been pretty hot at the plate as of recent. Cooled down a little bit in the Astros series, but still impressive so far. What are your thoughts on everything so far?
Yeah, so the Pirates game went smooth. I think I was riding the rookie high. Astros, good pitching. No discredit to the Pirates pitching, but, Astros, I was a little bit rusty. Still got out of there at least one win, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it was definitely a solid start, especially for you through 6 games for the Nationals. You obviously lead the team in home runs because Chase Schultz's home run count has been a bit low. But that's okay because Chase is still amazing and he's phenomenal in every way. But
Facts.
Your ERA also, you weren't drafted to be a pitcher, and your ERA through 12 innings pitched is 2.08, which is the second lowest in the league, I believe. That's pretty impressive for someone who wasn't drafted to be a pitcher. So is there any thought going into that? Did you plan on pitching, or are you just going out there and saying, I'm just doing whatever? What was with that? Because you've been dealing on the mound lately.
I mean, honestly, I was drafted expecting to chase the pitch every game. Honestly, I feel like I'm not that good of a pitcher. I feel like maybe I'm getting a little bit lucky, but I mean, I'll ride the luck streak until it ends, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys are still in a playoff spot as of right now.
Yep.
I'll put the standings up for the fans right now in the podcast so you guys can see, but the Marlins in last at 0-4. The Nationals a game ahead of them. You're 2-4, so you're in a playoff spot. It's just it's going to be difficult to keep up with teams such as the Pirates and Dodgers, and still definitely some good teams left to play. So we'll see how it is. But halfway through the season for you guys, the Nationals are 2-4, so not looking horrible, but could be better in some situations. And Charlie, your Astros, who I have to admit, I am very guilty of underrating this team.
Let me hear this, James. Let me hear this.
I'm very guilty of underrating this team. I have to expose myself because I made fun of Charlie for having some bad predictions last year on the podcast.
Yeah.
I predicted the Astros to go 3-9 this year and miss the playoffs.
Bum.
And they are currently 3-1, second place in the American League in a playoff spot. So I tip my cap to Chris Castano and Charlie Jones of the Astros because my prediction was disrespectful. So unless you guys go 0-8 the rest of the season, you guys would do better than my predictions. So
Awesome.
I appreciate the apology. I really do. Hey guys, anyone who doubted me, spoiler alert, Chris Castano's good. The Astros are having fun.
you guys look like you're having fun out there, especially with the 3-1 record. And Chris Castano, 2 home runs through 3 games. He's been great at the plate. The walk-off grand slam in Game 2, the go-ahead solo homer to start Game 3 he had. He's had some good moments at the plate, and he's been all offense, and you've been all defense. Your pitching has been lights out, 2.11 ERA through 4 starts, a 3-1 record. Only one not-so-great game against the Nationals, but everything else you've been solid. 2 shutouts. Charlie, what's different from this year from the last few years in your career on the mound?
I would say a couple things. Last year I had this tendency where if I started the game out bad, I couldn't pick it up.
Right.
I would just either squander opportunities in my pitching and getting myself in jams, or I really just wouldn't be able to come back. And I feel that my ability to stay strong through the first 2 innings, 3 innings, make sure that once we have a lead, we're sticking with that lead and we're closing the game out. Chris obviously helps. My best example for it would be the modern day Phillies, the 2022 Phillies, where it's basically we don't care how bad our bullpen is, and we don't care how bad our pitching can be at sometimes. If you score more than them, you win.
Good point.
So Chris has really been the driving force behind that, and honestly, I think our key this year, right, is with 2-player teams, we're both staying calm. We're there to kind of keep each other in check, and we're just having fun, man. Our confidence is going to stay unrivaled, and if you're not having fun, you're not gonna be able to win, and you're
Right.
not gonna be able to enjoy wins. So
That's a good
of
point.
course, we're trying to make a serious deep run, but we want to have some fun while we're doing it, and I think you can see that especially in the walk-off grand slam by him. We went absolutely
Nuts.
insane.
You guys went nuts.
And I can tell you, there's more where that came from. It's not gonna stop.
Yeah, and it's definitely saying the Astros have been surprising is nothing but I think that's an understatement at this point. I mean, you guys have been great. Besides one loss, you guys have been you've been almost perfect on the mound. Besides the one game you gave up 6 to the Nationals, and you guys are both here. You guys actually played the last series against each other, the Nationals and Astros. The Nationals winning that series. I'm sorry, the Astros winning that series 2 out of 3. Nationals winning game 1. Astros winning the next 2. But a very good series. The first one was kind of a blowout. Second one, a walk-off slam. And the third one, a 1-0 pitcher's duel between the two of you. And Dylan, you didn't even give up the run. You came in after Chase Schultz, who gave up the home run to Castano. So you guys both didn't give up any runs in that game. So you guys have both been great on the mound. You guys have both been impressive this year. And I think it's safe to say the future of this league is in very good hands with the young players that we have, like you, Charlie, and rookies such as Dylan Lawyer, and even guys like Cole Pukali. We haven't even mentioned Cole Pukali yet, and so we haven't even mentioned Cole Pukali yet, who currently he's only played 3 games, which is half the game some of us have played, but he still leads the league in RBIs and home runs, which are really the only 2 offensive stats that we really keep here in the MLWB, which is extremely impressive on his part, especially since he's only played 1 series in his career so far. So, Dylan, you played against him. What from him was the most impressive part about his game?
Honestly, obviously a great bat, but I think his pitching is wildly underrated when usually, stats-wise, all we really talk about is RBIs and home runs. But I feel like his pitching is probably the best part of his game, and his bat just helps a lot.
Yeah, he was drafted to be a pitcher, 2nd overall, because Braden McCabe didn't want to pitch anymore for the Pirates, so drafted Pukali, and Pukali was solid. He gave up 1 in the first game, and he pitched game 3, and he was good until the last inning where he gave up 6 in the last inning.
I mean, that was just a miracle run for us.
That was the Nationals put up 6 in the last inning to win it 6-4, and avoided starting the season 0-3 and being swept by the Pirates. So,
yep.
Pirates would have the best record in the league if they held on to that win, because they're 2-1. They would be 3-0.
It's definitely ironic for the Pirates, I think, and I think it's kind of fitting for Brandon McCabe. He's had a rough go of it the last year or so. I mean, even 2 seasons ago, it was a almost playoff run, I believe. I can't remember, but
the Pirates were 4-6 2 years ago, but 3 years ago they made the playoffs in their inaugural season.
Yeah,
so,
3 years ago was that beautiful NLDS series.
Oh, that was amazing. Pirates, Phillies, one of the all-time greats, if not the best to ever do it in this league, Tyler Wagner, beat him in 3 after being down 1-0 in the series. That series, I wish we had, more history on that series and more highlights of it, because that's probably the best series ever.
Yeah, and that final game is by far the best game in MLWB history.
Yeah.
I think it's great for Brayan that now, this year, he's really found a teammate who he clicks well with. I mean, going into this draft, we didn't know where people will be drafted. We thought Cole was going to go top 2, and if Dylan Lawyer went 1, which we were predicting, Cole Pukali was definitely going 2nd.
Yeah.
Their chemistry, which was something that we talked about all the teams, is insane. They seem to be working as
they click so well.
2 minds in one. Yeah, they're just amazing. And he drafted him to be a pitcher, and instead, not only is he a pitcher, right, who's alleviating some of the duty from McCabe, which is nice, he's also an insane power bat, which I really don't think we thought he would be pretty decent at the plate. He's an actual baseball player. But I mean, who could have expected such an electric start from him? He's
been great.
Absolutely tearing it up. And I mean, if he keeps this up, right? He's number 1 in RBIs. He's number 1 in home runs. He keeps this up. First of all, he's no doubt Rookie of the Year.
No, 100%. No offense to Dylan here. I mean, Dylan's been great too, but
Dylan's been
stats wise right now, Cole Pukali, I know it's still extremely early. He's only played 3 games, and we're not even done through April. We've been playing for like about a month, less than that actually. And I don't know, but I know it's really early, but Cole Pukali might be my favorite for NL MVP right now.
Yeah,
I think
I would say the exact same thing.
I'm saying that as someone.
Oh, look at Dylan. He is shaking his head.
Dylan's not happy about that, but Cole has been great, and I think the best part about that is that Braden McCabe goes out there. He wants to have fun, but you can tell Braden wants to win more than anybody, which is why I've loved watching the Pirates and Braden McCabe the last few seasons. And now he has a teammate that he clicks very well with. And I personally, as a team captain from the Dodgers, a team in the National League, that's a team to look out for this season in my division.
I rescind my comment about Cole Pukali being the favorite for NL MVP. I rescind it. You know why?
Whoa.
I rescind it. Yeah, that's right.
And 30 seconds ago.
This is half jokingly, because there's another storyline we need to talk about.
Is that Cody Pearson?
It is not.
It's
not
not
Cody Pearson. And I don't think it's Zach Kinsel either. Yeah, that's a shot. That's a shot right there. Yeah, take it, Zach. The other storyline we need to talk about is the youngest player in MLWB history to play, Landon Tapping. Electric.
Hasn't lost yet.
He's never lost.
For anyone who doesn't know who that is, I'm sure we had a post about it. It was part of a post for the March recap on like April 3rd. I think we posted. You can go check that out. But Landon Tapping is the youngest player in MLWB history. Not even like right now, ever. Because when we started this league, we were 12, which is ridiculous. We were 12 years old when we started this league, however many years ago it was, and he's not even 12 right now. So he'd still be younger than us if we were playing as like our 2017 selves. So, and he hasn't been bad either. I'm team captain of the Dodgers. I signed him to a 3-game contract to face the Marlins. And we only ended up playing 2 that day. So technically he's still on the Dodgers roster right now with John Benacy and myself, James Torillo. And he had a big hit in game 2, which I ended up hitting a 2-run homer right after him. So without him getting on base, we might not win that game. So he was a huge part in those wins against the Marlins. And I'm very glad to say he's technically still a Dodger as we speak.
And like I was saying, he's my favorite for the NL MVP.
Right now, he's not even like he's got like one game. He's got like 1 game left on his
I don't care. Have you ever seen that much of a stud? He is amazing.
If he stays undefeated, he has my vote.
Here's the thing, right?
Fair.
This guy is just so much fun to be around. He's talking smack and having fun the entire time.
Yeah, he talks smack.
And
he's talking smack to me.
He played as a pseudo sub for Zach Kinsel in the Royals game.
Right.
Sort of.
That went well.
They were down at that point 19-0. And I was on second base and that man was chatting it up. And honestly, I loved it. I thought it was fun. I think it's a good thing. And I think if we keep seeing more players enter the league, we could see this grow. And I think that's a good thing for not only the fans, but for us. It's turning this into a fun thing, honestly. And I mean, back to the draft. First of all, maybe we'll see Landon Tapping in the draft next year if there is one.
That would be pretty. That would be awesome. And that would. Sorry, what were you saying?
Sorry, no. You go, James. Sorry, Kamish.
And like you said, if we do have a draft next year, because who knows, maybe we'll stick with rosters of 2 and just keep teams next year. But we'll see what happens when we get there. But I think Landon Tapping definitely does have a future in this league, and the future's bright for the MLWB. Like I said, our first overall pick is sitting right here with us, Dylan Lawyer. He's been great. 3 home runs, leads the Nationals in home runs. Has more home runs than me. Has more home runs than Braden Moose McCabe.
Than Chase Schultz.
Has more, of course. He has more home runs than you, Charlutz. He's got more home runs than a lot of people. And I think, could be wrong on this, I believe he's second in the league right now in home runs.
I think I'm tied for second with somebody.
Tied for second with Eric Scully. Correct. Pukali has 4. You and Scully have 3 each.
That was my next thing that I want to talk about. Speaking of Eric Scully.
We haven't even talked about the race yet.
Did he find a gem in the draft? This man drafted a veteran late. Amazing.
Pick number 5.
Pick
You got
number
a
5.
former MVP and a former World Series champion. At pick number 5.
Yeah.
Out of only 8 teams to pick.
Having played against him, I knew how good he was. And I knew that he should have gone higher. I wanted to go kind of, rather than playing it safe, I wanted to risk it, and I went for Chris. But he was going to be my next pick. He would have been who I picked if it wasn't Chris. And wow, did the Rays find an amazing guy. And it showed. It showed on their opening day. 2 combined no-hitters? 2 combined no-hitters? When have we seen that happen?
Hager's thrown 4 innings, no runs. Scully's thrown 6 innings, no runs.
He's just
And
got
no
high
hits.
grit.
No hits.
High motor. He is amazing. And, I mean, it's just fun to watch. It's fun to watch.
that team.
I mean, of course you want to watch slugfests, right? You want to watch those 12 to 10 games, those 14 to 13 games. But you also want to see pitchers deal. It's not 12, that's right. You also want to see pitchers deal. You want to see them just play amazing. See them be wizards on the mound. And it's sick. It's so cool to see, especially for a guy who I think was a little bit undervalued and a little bit underrated, even though he is a one of the best veterans of all time, one of the best players of all time.
Oh yeah, that's not arguable.
I would make the statement that he's top 3.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous.
That's not
to say
ridiculous.
That.
I
So-
mean, Dylan Yeager is, sorry to cut you off, but
No.
Dylan Yeager is, besides myself, he's the only player in MLWB history to have played in every single season. And for me, I don't think that's impressive because I'm Mr. Commish, so I should be playing. So besides the Commish, he's the only player to have played in every single MLWB season.
He also beat you last year, which is
He
kind of
did beat
nuts.
me last year.
Like,
I didn't pitch, but he did beat me.
that's true. But
He did beat me, and I couldn't hit him.
You know what? I'm not putting the asterisk on it. No way.
I'm not either.
I'm not protecting your pride here, James.
No,
He
I'm
beat
not
you.
either. He did beat me.
And-
I couldn't
and
hit him. I think I had 1 hit that game.
People do not beat James Thriller very easily. And to see him really just play great
Oh, he
and
embarrassed me
continue
that
that
game.
this season, amazing.
He embarrassed me that game last year. When Dylan Yeager was a part of the Yankees, for anyone that doesn't remember, he was a Yankee the last 2 seasons before being drafted by the Rays this year. Last year, I took 2 out of 3 from him against the Yankees, but one of the games that he did beat me, he beat me 4-0. I didn't pitch, but he embarrassed me at the plate. I couldn't touch him. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 hits, and I had nothing going offensively. He was dominant on the mound, and I'm really hoping to see that again, because if you guys remember last year in 2021, Dylan Yeager from the Yankees, he started out the season with 2 straight shutouts against who ended up being the 2 best teams in the whole league. Shut out the Dodgers 4-0, and before that, shut out the Rays 1-0 and hit a walk-off home run off of who's now his teammate, Eric Scully. So, and then after that, he started out the year 2-0, didn't give up a run in the first 2 games, and probably the 2 hardest games he had all year. And then the rest of the season, he went 2-8. So hopefully Dylan Yeager can keep it up. Like, he's gotten off to a good start the last 2 years. I'm hoping he can keep it up, but there's definitely good things to look forward to if you're a Rays fan.
Here's the other fun thing we need to remember. We are only a quarter through this season.
That's right.
There is so much more to be played. We're gonna see so many different pitcher hitting combinations. We're gonna see so many different matchups. We're gonna see so many different highlights, so many different blueprints.
Definitely.
And it's just gonna be such a fun season. I really, I mean, this is only my 3rd year. No, 4th year. 4th year in the league. But I will tell you, I am most excited for this season. Out of anything.
This is an exciting one because, and not a lot of people know this either, but John Benacy, who's on the Dodgers right now, he used to be a Dodger. many, many years ago, actually like 4 seasons, not that many, I guess, but
Many, many, many years ago, like four.
4 seasons ago, John Benacy was a Dodger with me. We went 7-3. We were solid, but we lost in the NLCS that year. And John Benacy has been in every MLWB season except 1. So I would love to get him to the World Series and get him a ring, but there's definitely a lot of good teams to go through. Like the Pirates, Rays, Yankees, Astros. There's a ton of good teams right now to get through just to get to the World Series. So it's going to be a fun season, and I'm looking forward to it. Any last thoughts, Dylan?
One thing that I just wanted to say, my favorite to win the World Series, the Rays.
Ooh, I like it.
Now we had someone comment on the post. I had a post up on the Instagram account, like who's gonna win it all, and I put all 8 logos, and someone commented, I think the Rays have the pitching to dethrone the Dodgers this year.
Wow.
And I was like, that's not.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous.
I know I'm on the Dodgers, but like that's not ridiculous. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say that like, oh, that's ridiculous. The Rays are trash. The Rays are a great team, and I know it's 2-man rosters, but if you're gonna call any 2-man roster stacked, that's the one to call stacked.
Yeah.
They're the only team with 2 former MVPs, and Eric Scully has 2 MVPs in only 3 seasons.
That's
Him and Tyler Wagner are the only 2 players in MLWB history to win at least 2 MVPs in their first 3 seasons in the league. And Tyler Wagner is arguably the best to ever do it in this league. So it's going to be a fun season. There's a lot of teams in there. There's a lot of good teams to mention. And I can't wait. So this has been Paintin Corners. We'll see you guys. Thank you for listening.